Good day, I'm Betty Nays, your part-time tutor for Curriculum Theory and Practice A. May I use this opportunity to welcome you to the assignment-based contact class at the Institute for Open Learning, IOL. I hope you will find this course a valuable learning experience and that you will complete your studies successful and find your qualifications relevant to your chosen career. I also hope that this contact class will be of great importance and assistance to you. Let's have a brief overview on what we are expected to get in this course. In Unit 1, we will discuss the contributions of philosophy towards curriculum development, whereby we will concentrate on an explanation of relevant Western philosophies concept, the distinction between paradigms, models, and theories about curricula, the futures and contributions of curriculum design of some philosophical schools of thought, how the philosophical schools of thoughts are observable in the practices of Namibian education. Unit 2 deals with an evaluation of the influence of ideologies on curriculum practice. We also look at the definition of the concept of ideology. What is ideology? An evaluation of the curriculum practice of all the ideologies, an analysis of which ideologies have played a role in Namibian education. Unit 3 is dealing with the critique of curriculum design models and the relationship to curriculum orientation and foundations. We'll tackle the issue of the relationship between curriculum models and curriculum theory and practice, the critique of a process descriptive design model, and its relationship to curriculum orientation and foundation. We will also look at the critique of the product prescriptive design model and its relationship to curriculum orientation and foundation. We will further look at the critique of a subject-centered design model and relate it to curriculum orientation and foundation, the critique of a learner-centered design model and relate it to curriculum orientation and foundation, a critique of problem-centered design model and relate it to curriculum orientation and foundations. These critiques are very important. Finally, we will look at the different structuring of knowledge in different curriculum design or frameworks, the models applied in Namibian senior primary schooling, a comparison of Engelbrecht curriculum design steps with the process and product design models above. With Unit 4, the emphasis will be on the role educational philosophies play in curriculum theories and practice, whereby we will have a discussion of the role of the curriculum theories in curriculum conceptualization and practice. We will also look at the different futures of the theories like essentialism, parentalism, and progressive theory. Also, we will look at the social reconstruction and behavioral theories. We will continue by looking at the evaluation of these educational philosophies in terms of contemporary holistic wellness aims for education, an explanation of the educational philosophies which are applied in Namibia senior primary phase, an appraisal of the educational national educational philosophies which are reflected by the current period time allocation of subjects in the senior primary and senior secondary curriculum. An appraisal of the features of the latest career education focus in the secondary curriculum and relate it to the features of educational philosophy. Unit 5 will concentrate on the ideal role that schools should play in their communities and the roles of parental involvement. We will tackle the following concepts and topics: the typical role of schools in their communities, the new ideal role for schools in Namibia, ideal future characteristics of Namibian one-stop school, the need for schools to develop productive citizens, and the possible futures of citizen education. We will evaluate some Namibian educational policies that prevent new roles and future characteristics of one-stop school. We'll look at the guidelines for involving parents in curriculum aspects, 3 parent-teacher relationship model, possible practical involvement activities of parents and a support system for parents, effective school communication with parents, We'll look at the effectiveness of school communication with parents. Let's look at how to write an assignment. Where do you start when you get your study material, for instance? I guess the first thing that is very important is that you do your assignments yourself. Getting assistance from someone or getting some help is not wrong. But what is very crucial is that you do it yourself, because by doing your assignment, you will master almost 60% of your curriculum, of the content that you have to study for exams. So important is to read each question carefully and with time. It's very important, it's crucial that you understand the question, that you understand what is required from you. Look at the key words and actions required. And in order to do well in your assignment, it is important to distinguish or to understand the following terms or phrases: state, explain, differentiate, enumerate, discuss, outline, and define. Those are the action words that is usually used in structuring a question. So, what does it mean to state? To describe the main point in precise terms, use brief, clear sentences, omit details or examples. Define. To give the formal meaning by distinguishing it from related terms. This is often a matter of giving a memorized definition, or better in your own words. Explain. To explain, you have to give details. Support your explanation with examples when necessary. Enumerate. To list, name one by one. You don't need to give details, or you don't need to discuss. Differentiate. To give differences between concepts. Outline. To give a general summary. It should contain a series of main ideas supported by secondary facts. Show how organization of the ideas are following on each other. Some tips for your writing. The details of explanation provided in answering the assignment should be guided by the marks allocated to the specific questions. So if it's a 5, you will usually look at is it 5 marks allocated to the question? The same question can be allocated 10 marks. So how you answer 5 questions of the details that you are giving for 5 marks will differ from the details that you are giving for a 10-mark question. Use your study guide or your prescribed book as your primary source of reference. Basically, what is said here is consulting other study material of other sources is not wrong. To Google, it's not wrong. But your study guide should basically the number one source of reference, the number one material that you have consulted before you go ahead and get more information. In addition to the different units in the professional and community development module, you also need to read more widely and the unit model, and you should also use your personal experience as a teacher. Avoid plagiarism. Usually when people are going to online sources, when you Google, you tend to copy and paste. Now, if you copy and paste without acknowledging where the information is coming from, who is the source of this information, that usually is called plagiarism. It's a very, very serious academic offense. So God forbid, be on your lookout for copy and pasting. Only use the ABA style of referencing. I'm giving an example of how you can reference, and always make a list of all the sources that you have consulted to do your assignment at the last page of your assignment. In conclusion, this was just a refresher of what you already know and what is expected from you to know before you start your assignment of while you are busy with your assignment. Very important is to work hard now and enjoy the fruits of passing. Wishing you all the best. The purpose of learning is not to give exams in classes and forget about it, but to increase the knowledge until they possess an area of the earth for God Almighty. Thank you.